Play with something safe, man. Don't play with me.
Alright, so I've done this kind of thing before on my channel where I go ahead and kind of predict based on past experience with Death Battle how I think they will portray this fight. So for this first one, basically I'm going to give 5 things that I think will be an issue in this upcoming Red Hood versus Winter Soldier death battle. And then when I do the debunk on the battle, if there's always a chance they could get everything right, but at the very least, I'm going to make a video circling back to this one and my 5 points, and we'll see how good of a prediction I had. But anyways, before we get started, make sure to check out the description. Donate via Cash App. We currently started a fund to get LaRon to come back out. So if you're a big fan of LaRon, raising funds to get him back out. Also, follow me on Twitter. I tweet previews and stuff there, as well as my thoughts on random things and comics and stuff like that. Follow my Twitch, everything. And just make sure to subscribe and help out the channel. But anyways, let's begin. So first point I think we might encounter here that will be a problem is the argument of inertia fallacy. So what that is essentially is when a person, because they already put a lot of work into a prior argument or the beginning of their argument, they feel like they have to stick with it, which, logically doesn't follow. If your argument gets disproven, then, you should switch stances. But that's not the case here. So what would happen for them, and the reason this is relevant in this situation, is in prior matchups, they said Batman was Captain America's superior, right? Well, for the sake of that argument, they might have to say Red Hood over Winter Soldier. So, because of that argument of inertia, so we're going to go ahead and chalk that up as a battle issue for them. We're going to say, and I'm going to touch on this in another point, but we're going to just say that's probably going to be the biggest issue, is just, them trying to cover up what the arguments they previously made. 2, downplay of no serum. So, Winter Soldier does not have the super soldier serum in the comic books. In the movie, he does. In the comics, he does not. But he was so OP and so powerful that they assumed he had it. So, that's how good he is. People just assumed he had the super soldier serum. He had mental enhancements put in place and stuff, but he never had the serum. I feel like that's going to be something they kind of try to downplay, and they'll try to upscale Red Hood and say, the Lazarus Pit is a physical amp or whatever, and downplay the physicality of Winter Soldier. I am worried about that, and I'm not quite sure, if they're going to do it. But if they're going to downplay the physicality of Winter Soldier, I believe this is the route they would go. I definitely think they're going to say Red Hood would win. I'd be pleasantly surprised if they said Winter Soldier, but regardless, I hope, we got to check their reasoning behind these things. That's the biggest issue, the reasoning behind things. Next up, a false portrayal of Red Hood being Batman level. Now, I'm a little worried they're going to say he directly is either Batman's level, or I've even seen weird arguments online where they try to say, he might even be above. That's not consistent at all and doesn't follow. You could just look at issue 25 of Red Hood Outlaws. He got absolutely mauled by Bruce in a fight. He needed to be saved by Bizarro. And later on in the issue, he goes back to fight Batman again and gets one-shotted and then had to be saved by Arsenal. And then in issue 26, he was scared of Batman, didn't even want to fight him, ran off. So, like, you know, Red Hood, there's plenty of examples, and in the debunk, if, you know, they try this route, I'm going to show all the examples. But Red Hood takes a lot of L's, perhaps the most L's out of all the Robins, and he doesn't scale to Batman. He just doesn't. And I'm worried they're going to try to argue that, and if they do, it's false, and that will be addressed in the debunk. 4, a weird breakdown in distribution of weapons and gear. They're just, like, historically kind of weird about this. They will, like, give certain gear or equipment or hacks to one character that might not be consistent for them, yet won't give an inconsistent hacks or gear to the other character. I don't know which side they'll do it for in this video, but they've done it before, so I definitely say look out for that. And then finally, my 5th one, a dishonest portrayal of their skills and how they compare in skill. They thought Batman was, like, massively above Cap in hand-to-hand combat, which is false. And if they argue Red Hood scales to Batman in skill, which he doesn't, but if they say that, and then, you know, they use the prior, circling back to point number 1 made by me, they use prior arguments to say the skill gap is huge. That would be false. You could maybe argue Winter Soldier technically should be more skilled than Cap, since he doesn't physically scale to Cap but still keeps up with him. So you could definitely argue that. But, I mean, he's been trained since he was a little boy. He was fighting in the war next to Cap by the time he was, like, 16. And then he had, you know, historically great training after that, with mental enhancements as well. So there's definitely no gap in favor of Red Hood. If anything, Winter Soldier probably is more skilled. Red Hood has moments here and there, but, like, they don't matter. Like, that technique he showed off with Talia al Ghul, that, like, didn't matter at all. So he has weird flexes, but nothing crazy. And I just think they always do it. I think they're going to downplay the skill on the Marvel side. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think. Of course, we're hoping this is going to be a great battle. Nothing negative about this. It's just strictly, you know, fact-based and stuff. It's not coming at their content personally. I love their animation. It's probably going to be a great animation. Presentation-wise, it's always great. It's just hate the research. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching. We're almost at 5K. Help me grow. Anyways, it's been your boy, your favorite villain, and I will see y'all later. Peace.